Hello and welcome to another fabulous video by me, Roger from MXDOUT. Now anyway, we're talking about the Fractal S2 case. Now people are going to be like, I need a case, it's kind of that time, there's new components out, price is not too expensive, what can you offer me that you would say that is actually decent? Well, this is kind of funny because we're looking at the back of this case for once, but I'm just doing a bit of cable management and stuff like that. And you can see that I've got an Asus ROG. There's 850 watts and it's got a readout at the bottom down there. Obviously they made it the wrong way around and stuff. There's no cutout. If there was a cutout, then it'll be the right way up, and then you can see the readings from the other side of the case with the glass. But anyway, let's just talk about the case. So with this case, it comes with so much stuff. You get literally a filter at the top, with obviously a foam bit there that holds all the dust from the top, and also at the front as well. And you get these cases as well. You can use them as cable management cable holders, or you can actually use this for mechanical hard drives, because that's what it's there for, or SSDs, or 2.5-inch mechanical hard drives. So you can put 3 of them in there without any problems, or you can route cables like I've did. From the side here, you've got 2 cable racks there as well. These are Velcro, and they just keep the cables nice and tidy in the middle for obviously your 24 pin, your USB 3.1 cable, USB 3, and all the other cables just all mounting down the middle. And then obviously this draws power for the PCB board, which is for your fan control. And you got it's a SATA power connector that connects to the power supply. On the back, got 2 SSDs or 2.5-inch drive bays on the back there. Obviously this retention bracket is pretty close to the edge. This is an extended motherboard that I'm using as well. These grills here, or these slats or slots, are for water cooling, so you can put your reservoir on the back with no problems, and it's no problem whatsoever. Got thumb screws everywhere, which is just easy. Now with the box, how much stuff you get? You get motherboard reservoir bracket screws, so they include that even if you haven't got that in the reservoir of EK or Monsoon or anything like that. They've included it so you can attach it to the case, so that's a good idea. 2.5-inch drive screws, 3.5-inch drive screws, power supply screws, which you get if you've got a power supply, you normally get those screws anyway, but they've included more, like 4, so that's decent. You got additional motherboard standoff, which is one that's in there, and also you got a standoff tool, which is a very good tool to use when you want to get the standoffs. Oh my god, it's such a mission. If you haven't got a standoff tool, you have to use pliers, and if you use pliers, you can scratch the actual base of your case, and that's not cool. So you got rubber mounts as well. They're called HDD dampeners, and basically you put that for your mechanical hard drives, like a 2.5-inch, or no, actually I think it only works with a 3.5-inch. So 3.5-inch meaning it's bigger and it's heavier, and it'll stop the vibrations and make it sound more quieter. And also you do get these soft cable things. Should I call them tweezers? No, I won't really. Anyway, so you got these are pretty soft. You got the hardcore ones, which are a bit more, I don't know, a bit more not flexible, but this one's a bit more soft and a bit more thicker. They include these, so you can use these rather than the cable ties when you do them, and then you've got to cut them off with pliers and that. That really does my head in. Anyway, as you can see, you've got dual EPS connectors at the back there, 8-pin. For both cables, so I can literally put it at the back there. PCB board, cable ties, power supply's got enough room in there. It's got plenty of room, actually, saying that. Now let's turn it around. So as we turned it around, we've got 7 expansion PCI slots at the back, and obviously this makes 9 for a vertical way of putting your graphics card. And then you've got thumb screws on the back there. These are captive screws to take the power supply in and out, and then put the cables in. You've got 140 or 120 mount for your fans at the back there. You can't put a radiator in the back of this case, but anyway, this comes with a 140 on the back. And on the top, we can put a 360 rad in there, a 460, a 280, a 120, a 140, whatever you want to do. You can also take this bracket off with some little bits of adjustment. You've also got a pour mount there as well for your liquid cooling, and obviously these are spring loaded tool, so when you've got this filter on the top, which they do other filters, do other tops I should say. So one button and then it releases without any problems whatsoever. Normally a bit of a mission to obviously close down, so use 2 hands and then you press down and it's done. But with this is actually working better than the other version that I've got, which I'm going to show you in a minute in the camera and show you what the difference is. And as you can see, I've got a Celsius S36 at the top here for water cooling. And basically, I wanted to keep this 9900K cool inside there because I've got this under the CPU. Then obviously got 32 gigabytes of RAM, 850 watt power supply, godlike motherboard with NVMe Samsung 970 Pro in there, 1 terabyte. You've got two 140 fans as well, 3 actually included, which is good. Yeah, you can also put a radiator, 280 radiator at the bottom, or 120 or 140 or 240 or 280 fans there, and obviously a 360 and 420 fans at the top, 120 and 140 at the top there, 280 and 120 fans at the front with no problems. Anyway, this is an extended motherboard, so what I had to do is do this completely backwards. So that means I would get the power supply in first in the case, then start drawing all the cables that I needed to go through there. And obviously it's got the Fractal Design logo there. It just looks nice, it looks cool. Obviously you can get this bay out, and if you want to get the bay out, then you have to unscrew it from the front there. Talk about the glass, let's talk about the glass quickly. It's got this lovely border around here, and I'll just quickly show you how this works. So as you can see, it's hanging off, then I'll just push, and then it's on. Simple as that. Then you've got these thumb screws on the back, no problem. The back comes off just like that as well, so that is pretty cool. But anyway, let's talk about the front real quick. So at the top, oosh, we have a headphone jack, microphone jack, Type-C connector, which is nice to see. This is a reverse version of everyone that's using like newer cables and stuff like that. Power button, reset button, then 2 USB 3s at the top there. And let's get the front off. Oh, actually, I forgot about the filter. Big filter. It's weird that it's actually white and not black, because technically they could just make this bit white and then black. So, but anyway, it makes sense. So you get a big full-on filter, easy to wipe, easy to clean, and it kind of, way it's like laid out, is to make the air kind of breathe out the backwards, like, it's, I don't know, it's just a weird, it's not like straight down, it's like the air can just follow where it needs to go, so it'll be following towards the back. Let me get the front off. Now what I don't like about the front is the cables are attached to the front of the case. Right, so this is what I don't like about it. The cables are all attached to the front. On the other case of Fractal Design, I can't remember what one it was, but you can literally take it out and the cables are already in the case, and you got the front, you can do whatever you want to do with it. So it just makes it a bit awkward and you don't really want to break it. So technically you should be able to just like remove this, and they make different colors and stuff. I like the Fractal Design logo there, very minimalistic. You can unscrew that and get rid of that as well, but then it will just be like, whoa, what are you gonna have there, you know? As you can see though, it's got this nice little diamond cut out, and it follows suit from the other Meshify design. And as you can see, it's still got the foam and everything like that. Now, things that I don't like with this case is the fact that, spin it around. The fact is that with having a graphics card, so I got my graphics card here, and you can see, yeah, clearly that's going to suffocate right against the case. But if I've got it in like this, it's fine, because I've got cool air dragging straight from the thing. I can even have fans at the bottom there. I always thought though, when you got fans, one way blowing and another way blowing, is that not gonna like retract like the cool hot air in the middle, and then cool air at the top, cool air at the top? I don't know. It also has cut out holes at the bottom. They're okay. They kind of just like went, right, I'm just gonna do a big cut out hole, put your thing in there, and just get stuff done. And then you've got the HD audio at the bottom. But anything else, as you can see, it would be nice to have another cutout down the bottom, but it depends on what motherboard you're putting in and everything like that. It can become a bit annoying. Yeah, with a starting price of like 140, I think like you might be able to get for 137 or something like that to 150. This is a good asking price for this case. They're taking things away from the other case, but I don't know, I do like this case, and as it's really easy to build, even if you're someone that does not know anything about computers, you've got a lot of potential. And talk about a lot of potential, if you are a custom designer or custom builder, custom water cooler builder, you've got so many options there without even needing to cut the whole case. Anyway, let me get the other case and I'll show you a quick few difference of that. Well, I just had to literally Google the difference between these cases, because I tell you what, I've forgotten what case this was. This is the Define S2 Gunmetal TG, so it's not the Meshify. This is the S2 Meshify, which is obviously got the breathable space, airflow for the front and at the top. So if you look at this case here, you've got this lovely stylish front, which is quite cool. And actually, this is the case I actually like. I like this one more because take my big filter out at the front there. No, I don't like this case no more. I got my fingers stuck. As you can see, voila, I can take it off without any problems. And it's got the foam dampening on there as well. It does have nice breathable space there for intake, but obviously on the front of the other one, it's going to have a lot more intake than what this case has got. So you've got all of this breathable mass of air flow. Definitely same fans go in, same water cooling, everything. They've basically just made it kind of improvements to other people and stuff. That's how I've got to look at it as. If they still had this front like way of taking this off, the cables are not on there. The cables are all built inside here. And they've still got a microphone jack, headphone jack, reset button, type C, power button, USB 2s on the top and USB 3. So you can put your headphone at the top and some other USB 2 on there, and then obviously USB 3 for speed. But they've counted back with that as well. They haven't changed the way that you open the case, but what they have changed is at the top as well, you got this nice filter, and it breathes and just drags hot air out at the top backwards, which is quite cool. So what I talk about the front. But yeah, everything's kind of the same. They innovated it a little bit, not innovated, they improved it a little bit more, but kept the whole design exactly the same. That is the review of the Fractal Design S2 Meshify, and obviously this one as well, Define S2 Gunmetal version. Obviously you can get this in gunmetal, white and black, different versions, or painted white. I think same for this as well, and it's still got the obviously the mounting bit for the motherboard and all the bits of the reservoir and all that. Anyway, if you like this video, hopefully it was in depth enough for you, because if it was, leave it in the comments down below. If it's too long, just tell me it's too long, and then I'll obviously shorten it up and try and compress it a little bit more. Merch store down below if you want to support MXDOUT and everything like that. I think I do have a Patreon somewhere if you want to help support that as well. Subscribe, share the video to anyone you know. Just keep sharing and sharing and sharing. Do have competitions on this video. I do have to address some certain things about competition, and then we'll get this, like the prizes to the winners. So I've still got the... Anyway, we'll talk about it in another video. Anyway, subscribe, share, like, follow me on all social media platforms. See you next one. Thanks for watching.